thanks so much for taking a few minutes and for driving up here for this. You know, you are somebody that obviously has had so much success in your career and so much interest on the free agent market. What was it about the Mets in particular that you felt made it the right fit?
Wow. Right from the start, you can see that this player has a strong presence and charisma. I heard how he focuses on winning and gives importance to every game, not just on a personal level, but for the whole team. What really caught my attention is how he looks at the market and chooses a team that aligns with his ambitions. This shows a truly professional mindset, not just a player who wants to play, but someone who wants to be part of a successful project. Of course, this type of player adds value to any team because he focuses on results and how he can contribute effectively. For me, these 15 seconds we saw give a clear idea of the player's character and way of thinking, and it really excites any fan of the team or sports in general.
I mean, I feel, like I'm comfortable in the city. I know how I'm going to get around. I know what it's going to be like, what the expectations are, which is something that I really was, I had no idea coming into last season.
This part is really amazing. It shows a very human side of the player. Look at how he faced the challenges of New York last year, how the city was big and overwhelming at first, and how he learned to adapt and become comfortable. This shows that success isn't just about talent, but also about patience, perseverance, and learning from experiences. It also reveals a realistic side of athletes, not just play on the field, but handling daily life, adapting to new places, and managing pressure. For me, this clip sends a powerful message to anyone who wants to achieve their goals. With patience, discipline, and planning, you can reach any place and feel ready and confident.
We talk about the slider, but we know that the airbender, the changeup, is what you're known for. And I don't want to go a full first interview with you without asking you about it. What is it about that pitch, the way you throw it, the way that your wrist moves, whatever you are able to do to manipulate?
Look at how the player explains his cutter and Euro slider. These skills aren't easy, and they show how masterful he is at controlling the ball in a unique way. This kind of control gives him a big advantage in games, and
I would
shows
like to
the
take on the
difference
most
between
solid Liverpool situation, but this is a baseball show. I'm sure you have a good one. So I'm going to ask you about your cutter instead and ask you the other one offset. I had a pleasure watching you pitch last year for the Yankees. You weren't really throwing much of that cutter that we'd seen be effective for you in some.
This part is really inspiring. It shows the personal and preparatory side of the player before any season. You can see how past experiences taught him to handle pressure, and how he prepares himself to be ready for any game. This shows that professionalism isn't just on the field, but also in planning, preparation, and learning from past mistakes. Viewers can learn from this example that success is built on patience, perseverance, and discipline, and that every experience, even difficult ones, adds strength and self-confidence.